I'm doing a series where I'm talking about the basics of how to become a doctor in Canada, so today I'm going to talk about the MCAT. The MCAT is a beast of a test that you will most likely have to do if you want to apply to medical school. There are some medical schools that don't require it. The total test time is about 6 hours and 15 minutes, so it is definitely a long one. It is broken down into 4 different parts, so you have the bio section, the chem phys section, the psych section, and the critical analysis and reasoning skills section, which is the CARS section. And for scoring, you will get a score on each section as well as a total overall score. The way that the scoring works is based on percentiles. So if you can see the chart here, the minimum score you can get is a 472 all the way up to a 528. And if we look at, say, getting a total score of 510 in the top right corner, your percentile rank is 81. Now that means that you did better or just as good as 81% of people that also took the test. It's important to note that these percentiles are standardized, so it doesn't matter which day or which test you write. One question that people have is, when is the best time to write the MCAT? And if you're someone that's known since day one that you want to be a doctor, a lot of people will write the MCAT the summer after their second year. And the reason for that is the first year that you can apply to medical schools is during the third year of your undergrad. And at that point, you'll have also had 2 years of undergrad studies under your belt. So hopefully that will help you on the MCAT as well. But I will say that there's no specific time you absolutely have to write it. I didn't write it until the summer after my 4th year because I didn't know I wanted to apply to med school. And another question is how long does it take to study? This is definitely very dependent on you and what your timeline looks like. I think a lot of people, if they're able to, will take a whole summer off and spend that whole time studying, kind of treat it like their full-time job. That's what I did. I took the summer off and studied for 3 months and then took the MCAT at the end of the summer. But again, that's really dependent on you and what you think you need and what you have time for. Finally, another question that people often have is, what is a good MCAT score? And just like every other answer, it really depends on where you want to apply and what your personal goals are. For example, Ottawa doesn't even look at the MCAT. Toronto has MCAT cutoffs that are relatively low. It's about a 125 in each section. Western has higher cutoffs, so it's a 127, 128 in most sections. So again, it really depends on where you want to go and where you want to apply. But I will say that the CARS score is basically the most important score on your whole MCAT, especially in Canada. It's more about the CARS score than probably anything else. So yeah, if you have any specific questions about specific schools, let me know in the comments. And I also have an application guide in my bio if that is helpful for you for application requirements throughout Canada.